Hi guys, welcome to Cat Harmon Yoga. I just wanted to pop on here real quick and give you a nice, fun flow working towards full splits. So if this is already in your wheelhouse, this will give you some more alignment cues that maybe will help you go deeper into your split practice. If you are still working on getting full splits, this is definitely a fantastic video for you as well. Go ahead and grab 2 yoga blocks if you have them. If not, anything that is kind of maybe a couple of books that can bring the ground a little bit closer to you. And I'll meet you there. Alright guys, let's begin this practice in child's pose. Bring those big toes together, knees apart. Reach your fingertips to the top of your mat as you settle into your body. Relax the chest down. Maybe take a little shift in the hips side to side. Big full deep breath in through the belly. Expand and open up. Exhale, release it out. Find stillness just for a moment. Checking in with yourself. How do I feel physically? Relaxing into that space, not judging. How do I feel mentally? Not changing anything, rather relaxing into that awareness. And how do I feel emotionally before I begin this practice, right? Just check in with yourself with love and kindness. Knowing that it's okay, exactly okay, to feel how you feel in this moment. Next inhale is going to rise us up into a neutral tabletop. Stack shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Moving through a couple of cats and cows. Lift and lock up through the lowest part of your belly. Inhale, heart and eyes forward. Exhale, curl up and in. 2 more just like that. Inhale, rock it. Lift and open. Exhale, curl up. Drop the top of the head down. Last one. Big breath in. Full breath out. Coming back into that tabletop, let's find downward facing dog. Tuck those toes, lift the hips up and back as you melt in the chest back towards your thighs. Take a bend in one knee, melt the opposite heel towards your mat. It may not touch today. Definitely keep the curl out of the low back. Send the tailbone to the sky so we're really elongating out through the back side of the extended leg. And as you're pedaling that out, you're really locking up the low belly towards the spine and dropping the head heavy towards the ground. So not looking forward and cranking the neck here, but elongating the entire back side of the body by relaxing through the head and neck. Come back down towards the downward facing dogs. The heels may not be touching here, but try to straighten the legs. If you start to straighten the legs and the pelvis tilts, then bend the knees a little bit and then try to straighten the legs again. So just play with that placement of how much length do I have behind my knees before my pelvis starts to tilt out of that extension, right? Inhale, rise high up on the tippy toes. As slowly as you can, walk up to the top of your mat. So that might mean that you may need to bend your knees, and that's okay. That might mean that you may need to bring your hands to blocks, and that's okay. Don't limit yourself in this practice. As you find that forward fold, take an inhale, halfway lift to a long flat back. So hands to your shins, slide those shoulders back and down, reach out through the top of the head, pick up all 10 toes. Knees might still be bent here if the hamstrings are quite tight. That is okay, right? Exhale, fold, drop through the top of the head, let it relax heavy. Turn it side to side. Inhale, halfway lift again, pick up all 10 toes. Exhale, fold, drop the head, relax it down. So we're hinging at the waist here. What can happen, and I'm going to come back up, so if you've already enjoyed this forward fold and you know where the pelvis needs to go, you got about 5 or 6 more breaths, maybe sway side to side, relaxing the head and neck. If forward fold is still an awkward space for you and you have this curl in the pelvis, we talked about it in the downward facing dog. Think about sending your booty away from you, and that might mean our forward fold is here. And that's okay. If you start to get to this place and you're already feeling resistance, you're already feeling tightness, don't blow past it just to get your hands down to the ground, because then we start to curl in the mid-back as opposed to hinging from the hips and folding here, right? So you can see how that elongates the whole back line of the legs. That little shift of the pelvis. So that might mean we have our blocks and we're working from this place, that hinge in the hips. So why don't we come up to our shins for that halfway lift and lengthen, or if you have blocks here, I'll do that demo. We're gonna take 3 cats and cows with the pelvis here, sending the pelvis up and back, inhale, and the knees can be bent, right? Exhale, curl, tilt the pelvis the other way. You can feel the difference in the alignment, right? Inhale, elongates the back side of the legs, really peel the heart forward. Exhale, curl. Last one, inhale, elongate. Exhale, curl, and let's start to really relax this fold down. Bend your knees super deep, so much that your chest rests on your thighs. So that might be here, here, here. You might be all the way flat, wherever you are, right? Listen to your body in this moment. Don't force past that sign of resistance. We're going to take our left foot all the way to the back of our mat, landing with the right knee and toe on top of the ankle. That didn't make any sense. The right knee on top of the ankle. There we go. So reach your hands forward in front of you. We're going to start to shift forward. Now our knees are coming in front of our foot just a little bit. Just a little bit. I'll show you that alignment. And then rock back. Rock it forward, gentle, just to an edge, and back. 2 more just like that. Rock it forward, gentle, just to an edge, and back. Find that resistance, and that's where we softly breathe. And back. Drop the back knee down. We are now in a modified lunge. Walk your hands back towards you. Again, check in that alignment is going to stay stacked as we're in this low lunge. Left hip wants to come down and towards the ground, not open out to the side of you. So wrap the inner thighs towards one another. And then lift up through the belly, protecting the low back here, and also elongating that left hip flexor. You can probably already feel it. Fantastic place for blocks here, okay, guys? So you can really, really find that alignment in that left hip and not sacrifice it just to get down to the ground so your hands reach. If you want to take this deeper, we are going to start to walk our hands up towards our right thigh, thinking about lifting out of the top of our head, not dumping through the low back. So that's going to look like that. We want to stay lifted in the pelvis, lifted in the low belly as the hips are moving down and forward. If you want to take it a little bit farther, start to reach one hand or maybe both hands up and over. And again, I'm trying to grow as long as I can out through my body. So I'm growing longer from that back knee. You can feel the length all the way up through the hip, all the way up through the belly, and I'm strengthening my spine as I'm going deeper into this flexibility. One more breath here, relax and lengthen the neck. Whatever variation you're in, start to bring your hands down. We're shifting back into a split prep. So if you have blocks, start to walk them back, as you take the hips back, or start to walk the hands back, finding balance in between the hips. So alignment here, left hip is on top of that left knee, right hip is in line with the left hip. So that's gonna look a little like this if it's out of line. I know it's gonna be harder to see on this side than the other, but your hip is popping up, pull down and in, and then grow longer here. So while we're here, start to play with rotating the leg in and out. Feel all the stuff that's there, okay? I cannot stress this enough. If we don't listen to what our body is saying to us and we just force past it, there will be repercussions. It may not be immediately, but you will see them later on, either having an unbalanced stretch, or you pull a muscle, or we've torn little tiny tears in our body, and then all of a sudden something happens later on. So just listen, and there's all kinds of other things as well, to what it's saying to you, okay? Come back towards a center midline here. Walk your hands forward just a little bit more than they were. So even if they're on our blocks, way back here, we just go a little bit further. Keep that alignment in the pelvis. If you were all the way down, relax the top of the head towards the top of that right foot. Keep breathing into the back side of that right leg. So where do you feel the resistance right now, or where do you feel the sensation? Draw your awareness to that place, okay? Wherever that is in your body, draw your awareness to that place. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. Relax the head. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. Last one, take a deep breath in. And let it go. Start to shift your weight forward into a runner's lunge. I was going to say an active one, but not yet. We're going to do a quad stretch here. So this has to be open as well for us to get those full splits all the way down to the ground. So take a bend in that knee. Woo! If it starts to give you a little bit of, stay right here. Keep encouraging the hips down towards the ground. Here's your variation with the blocks. Yeah? Stay lifted and engaged. If you want to grab a bind, right hand is going to reach behind you for that foot or ankle.
If you can, get the ankle and flex the foot. It's really gonna lengthen out the top of that left leg. So from here, we're breathing wherever you are. Draw your awareness to your belly. Are you releasing and dumping it down towards the ground? Are you scooping it up and lengthening that low back as the hips melt down towards the ground? Really breathing into that space for 3 and 2 and 1. Gently release that foot back down to the ground. Come back into our split prep. Walk the hands back to the earth or blocks. Find balance again in between those hips. Starting to slide out into our variation of full split. So this is a short video. There are a lot of other exercises or postures that I will give you in the future for splits, but this is our quick video for the day. Start to walk your hands forward. Slide that foot forward. And keep and maintain the balance in between the hips. And what I mean by that is, can you see when I open up to the side here, this is more of a straddle opening or a wide-legged opening, right? So I want to stay in that parallel space, dropping that right hip down. Stay active and flexed in that right foot as much as you can as you start to work your way down. So you can see how I'm modifying with my blocks here. Another modification is to slide a block underneath that front leg so that you can kind of feel what it feels like to drop your body weight into it. And it can be at any level, yeah? Or any amount of blocks to help you get here. So breathe wherever you are, right? Maintain that flexion in the front foot. We're going to start to fold like a little push-up, down and up. Grow as long as you can through the top of the head. Down and up. Last one, down and up. Stay here if you're supported by a block, or if you want to see if you can adjust it and go a little bit deeper now that we've relaxed a little bit, and slide a little bit deeper. So wherever that is for you, draw your awareness to that resistance or that tight space or that sensation. Take a big breath. Exhale it out. Relax your shoulders. Relax your face. Relax your legs. Rock onto your right hip or move your prop, rock onto your right hip. Slide that left leg forward. Bring that left foot to the front of you. Grab both knees, give them a nice squeeze. Woo! I hope you're ready to do the other side. Slide those blocks back to the top of your mat. And we're gonna make our way to a forward fold. If you'd like to find your way there a different way than I offer, please do. I'm gonna offer you a rock and roll forward fold. Hit the back. Reach forward, lift those hips, hands come to the earth or blocks. As you inhale, halfway lift and lengthen, remember the knees can be bent. Exhale, fold, start to slide your right foot to the back of the mat. Heart and eyes reach forward, super long line here. And then start to walk those hands out in front of you. So now you'll get to see a better alignment in this video. So you're gonna start to rock it forward and back. Forward, whoo, and back. Forward, back, last one, forward and back. Bring those hands back around. Find balance in between the hips. Back knee comes down. In our modified lunge, we're wrapping that right hip forward, down towards the ground, lifting and lengthening up through the belly. Right? Relax the shoulders. Slow the breath. Notice where that sensation is coming from and see how you can find ease in this moment and not want to get deeper into the posture. How can I find ease right where I'm at? Maybe that means I need to back out of it a little bit. Maybe that means I need to use my blocks, right? Stay here, bring the hands up to the thigh, and we're still pulling thighs in towards one another, lifting and lengthening up through the belly as the hips are melting down and forward. Relax the neck. Stay here, lift those hands up to the sky, and again, this is your variation. We're not trying to crunch ourselves backwards. We're trying to go longer and lengthen as we open our heart space, right? Easy wherever you are. Squeezing our thighs towards one another. 3. Lift and lengthen through the belly. 2. And 1. Bring those hands down to the earth or blocks. Split prep. Scoop the belly up and in as you shift those hips back, finding that balance in between the hips. So that can look a lot of different ways. We can have the knee bent, but we talked about the pelvis positioning here in our forward fold as well. Send that tailbone back, then start to work towards straightening the front knee, yeah? Start to rotate that leg in and out. How does this feel on this side? Is it pretty close to similar? Is there a big difference, right? We wanna be tuned into our physical body, and definitely not in a judgmental space, okay? So you can notice your imbalances, but notice them with love for yourself, that, hey, I see you. I definitely will honor that you are tight today on this side, and I will be kind as we go deeper into the stretch. Not, I can't believe I don't have my left split, I'm never gonna get it, this is terrible, this is so hard. Stay out of that mind space and just view it from a different perspective, and your body will respond positively, okay? I know it sounds kind of cheesy, but it really works. I promise so much. Just love this beautiful body you have in this moment. Come back to center. Let's start to fold a little bit deeper. Right? Can we relax and lengthen out the back of the neck? So that might be from up here. Yeah, from here. Maybe you're all the way past the foot. Breathing into that sensation and not trying to force past it. Okay? Easy. Slowly start to make your way back up into your hands. Shift your weight forward into that modified lunge. The back knee is down. And we start to take a bend in that knee, flex the heel towards the bum. Okay. So this might be where we stay today, right? It's okay. We don't want to be here to get the foot, because that's taking away from the flexibility we're trying to get in this moment. We want to leave the hips down and then pull the heel towards the bum. Here, puppy dog barking. Maybe catch a bind here, reaching back for that foot or ankle. And then it's great to get into a twist here, but for what we're doing today, good gracious. I don't know if you guys can hear my dog bark. Hopefully you can. Squeeze those inner thighs together and peel your heart forward as you lift and lengthen up through the lowest part of your belly. So we're really working on elongating that right quad, lengthening out through the low belly, lifting up through that heart space. Breathe wherever you are. It does not have to look anything like mine. Be kind to yourself in this moment. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently release that foot down. Come back into your split prep. Shift the hips back. So from here, we're going to start to slide out into our full split. If you want to use the blocks, right, we have them on the sides. You start to slide that left foot forward. It doesn't have to look super easy, right? If it needs to get unstuck, give it a little wiggle. Keep the hips as square as you can as you start to slide down. Left foot is actively engaged. Maybe you start to sit on top of that block here at any level. Take a moment. So what I'm doing here is, I definitely know that I have my splits all the way to the ground. But what I'm doing here is I'm listening to my body. It's a little tight. So I'm going to slide this block underneath here to support myself, giving my body a moment to kind of adjust to this space. Hi, beautiful. So after you've allowed yourself to kind of melt into this space, let's take a few of those push-ups here. Start to lean forward, go down. And up, down, relax, and up. Let it be easy, down, and up. Last one, lift the belly down, and up. Stay right here. If you're feeling good, keep that and maintain that length in the spine, or start to lower or remove your block all the way out of the way, keeping that left foot actively flexed. Pulling up through the belly. Now breathe into that sensation. Find ease in the neck and shoulders. Lift the belly, lengthen through the crown. Last breath here. Slowly rock onto that left hip. Slide the right leg in front of you. Bend those knees. Give yourself a big squeeze here. And come back into an easy seated position, palms down to the knees just for a moment to ground that energy. Relax into your hips. Relax your low back. Relax your shoulders. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Out. Deep breath in. And out. Slowly opening those eyes, bringing the hands to heart center. Thank you guys so much for joining me today for our flexibility series on full splits. There will be a few more videos that you can add all together to really help advance your split practice, but this is number one. So if you enjoyed the video today, please click subscribe to the channel. Please click subscribe to the channel. There we go, because it really does help me out. And it makes the videos more viewable to more people. That being said, if you'd like to share this and have a friend do these videos with you, it'll help make you a little bit more accountable, and maybe you guys can succeed together, which is always wonderful. Thank you so much for being a part of this community. If you would like to learn more about things that we offer, head over to catharmonyoga.com. Thank you so much, guys.